Hello, I'm Exit Flagger, and I just want to show you some new blocks that are coming to Minecraft. In the 1.18 update, these have appeared in the newest snapshots. Now, I'm talking about mangrove log, the stripped log, the planks, the roots, muddy roots, which means we're getting mud. And I kind of like this block. It's kind of like a marbly, like a black marble. Now you can make packed mud and I guess mud bricks. And I don't know what the recipe is for this, but I guess we'll find out soon. This is just a sample. I just mostly want to focus on mangrove blocks. Now, let's go find a swamp and I'll show you what I'm going to do with these today. We got to clear out this area first and extend the land. And I was thinking, what to do with red wood. And of course, everyone's making red barns now. Already, with these snapshots coming out, there's red barns everywhere. But what I want to do is something a little different. I was thinking about like the red lacquered wood that you see in Chinese temples, or like Asian architecture in general, like the Tiger Monastery in Bhutan. I found that yellow, the sandy, what am I trying to say? Sandstone. And the color of the sandstone works really well with these blocks, with the mangrove blocks, the stripped and the planks. It looks pretty good to me, I think. So I was kind of thinking maybe we'll do a sort of like something inspired by traditional Asian architecture. It was a little bit of modern. No, I got really distracted by this witch house in the ocean with massive giant legs. Cat. I like to start with doorways. If I'm making a new building and I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing, I'll start with the door because the door is like the character of the whole building. I'm using the blocks here, the mud blocks, and they sound absolutely disgusting. They look great. That's not a great sound. Yeah, but the blocks look really good together. It's working. Now let me get some doors. And door. And door. Okay, that's not looking too shabby. It's getting there. Yeah, I like this. Let me see. I'm going to show you a block. The trapdoor. Everyone is going to use this everywhere. It's a great looking decorative block. I wish we had more circles. Bricks. Yeah, these bricks are working really well. I guess that's by design. I mean, this should all work together, and it does. It looks really nice. Start the windows. And I guess I'm going to just keep going and get the front of this building in. And that'll give us a real sense of what it's going to look like all around. So far, it's coming along. Now, I say I want it to look kind of like an Asian temple, but I don't want it to be necessarily based on any specific cultural architecture. I don't want it to. This is all about cultural exchange. It's when we share ideas that real innovation comes through. And in the end, this is just going to be a fantasy build. It's just a building that I'm making out of my head. based on things that I've looked at. You know. And I do think that the sandstone works really well with these blocks. This is a good color scheme. Fill this in. Yeah, okay. You want to always have 2 block wide walls so that you can have this level of texture and detail. Now I'm going to add some white concrete. And like that. And, we haven't even talked about these goobers, the new mob. They're absolute goober city. Okay, now I need some yellow concrete. Yeah, something like that I think will work. And there's that. Okay, I think it needs a window here. And like that. Make it 4 wide. Get some mud bricks. And up here as well. Yeah, it's pretty good. Get some decorations in here. See what it looks like. Boop. And okay, so I've got the buttons in. It looks pretty good. It's getting somewhere. I'm getting somewhere with this. We're going to make it work. Yeah. And I'm going to do the side. And, it's a very symmetrical build. Both sides are going to look pretty much identical. Let's see. No. Like this. Goober City, USA. Okay, I kind of want to have a big window over here. And bigger. Yeah, seems pretty. 6 blocks, that seems okay. Like that. And he's attacking. I'm fine. I'm okay. They do jump though. Those little goobers. Okay, like this. And good. I think we're just about done with this side. Let's take a look. Yeah. Okay, the other side. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Now the back is not going to have a big window, I think. I need, I don't know, a kitchen or something. I need to have a wall opposite the door where I could put the bed or whatnot. So far, so good, I think. Yeah, it's looking okay. I think, the exterior is getting there. Yeah, I'm going to change this to stairs. A little better. Not sure about the mud anymore. And the reason is because of the roof. Yeah. See, this isn't working. I need... All right, let me explain. I started working on the roof, and I was going to use the same mud blocks that I used around the doorway for consistency, right? There would be that connection between the two. You want to use, you can use a lot of different blocks as long as there's some consistency. Here's the problem with mud. It doesn't have slabs. The mud bricks have slabs and stairs and such, but I can't do that with mud. So break this up and put some polished blackstone bricks. I think is going to be the winner here. Let me look at it. It's similar in color. It's darker and maybe a little bluer. Such an awkward way of doing that. I could have just come around the back and done all of it. It looks better. Yeah, it actually looks better. I wanted to use the mud. I wanted to use it as a building block just to be cheeky, and I don't know. I think it's a good looking block, but deep slate brick looks better with these blocks. So we're doing the roof. I'm not super great at roofs. Roofs. This is just slabs and stairs. Slabs and stairs. Yeah, typical roof. Yeah, it's okay. Okay. Needed a bit of a curve, and it doesn't necessarily have it. I'm fine with it. Maybe I'll move this out of the way here. Make this little, trim this like that and like that. So I'm going to extend the roof out a little bit. The brim of the roof, I don't know, the overhang. Oh, it's uneven. Look at that. It's so uneven. Much better. Looks great. I like it. I think you could do this. You could do like the little flourish, little curl up that you see on Asian architecture. And a lot of people do that in sort of like Asian temple type builds. I'm not going to. I'm going to keep this kind of modern. I kind of like the straight lines. I like it a little bit cleaner. This is like a contemporary build. But that's the gist of it, I think, in terms of the outside. Okay, now we're only about halfway done because a big part of building architecture is the details. And a big part of the details is the lighting. it needs to be part of the build. It needs to be cohesive and feel like a natural part of the architecture. You don't want to just stick torches all over everything. You don't want to just stick lanterns all over everything, but I think they work here. This needs to do something. Yeah, this is good. This needed something. I need to do this. Now the interior, same. You want to put, you want to really think about how you're lighting the interior. You want to design the lighting situation. And I think we're going to see so much of this. These frog lights with these trapdoors. I don't know about that. Yeah, that's kind of bugging me. I think I'm gonna try something here. Get a frog light, and the frog lights are fantastic. You're gonna see them everywhere. They're gonna be overused. I'm trying not to overuse them. Trying not to overuse these trapdoors, but I mean that looks perfect. It fits the build. That's why I'm doing this. But I think everyone's going to be using frog lights and trapdoors in this fashion. You're just going to see that everywhere. And why not? It looks great. Look at that. Now, let me see what's next. What is next? Okay, I'm going to try to work on the front door here a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit of landscaping, maybe a path to the front. Let me see. Does that work? No, that's the roots, the muddy roots. I like the block. It looks pretty good to me, but not here, I think. Yeah, I think the packed mud, that's it. That's the winner. That looks great. Fantastic. We did it. The door's back. Okay. Yes, throw the door. And how did I lose it? Okay. Boom. Now, Acacia also looks really good with these new mangrove blocks, and especially in the swamp light, it kind of glows. This is stripped acacia wood. It looks like it's modded. It looks like it's something from a modded version of Minecraft. It's not. It's just regular acacia. It looks fantastic, I think. But you don't want to do too much. I'm just going to put this on the outside of the floor just as a sort of border around the space. And I'm alternating direction. This gives it kind of a subtle, kind of, I don't know, tiled kind of look. Get the floor out. Just like that. Now I want to use the mud, and that's why I can't. Ugh, it's so disgusting. It's the worst sound. All right, looks great. Sounds terrible. No one will ever walk on it. So we're using polished deep slate, which is kind of nice. I think it's a pretty good floor. It resonates with the deep slate bricks we're using, so it fits. I just put a bunch of these lights in the middle because I'm going to cover it with carpet. So it's just a way of lighting the room. Look at that. I gotta do something. And the windows are in. And I started putting stairs in. I'm using white stained glass windows. I tried the clear and just, I don't know. Put a little bench in the back here. Some candles. We're going to use these perger fields. What are they called? I have no idea. They look pretty good with the acacia leaves. Kind of a nice little flowery tree. Looking pretty good for an interior, I think. Just a couple more decorations. It's just like the little tiny thing. You don't want to overdo it. You know, a really good interior, just kind of subtle. Higher. I'm going to put these higher. I'm going to do it. Okay, I'm doing the thing that everyone's doing this. And I said I wasn't going to use the deep dark blocks, the skulkers? Not shulker, that's the skulkers. You know, the star block. And everyone's doing this, putting their little planetarium in the ceiling. It looks like the Milky Way, right? It's got kind of a cool effect. I like it. I'm doing it. I've got to do it at least once, and I'm going to do it now. Because it works really well, I think, in this build. I think actually this sort of starry night, skylight here works in like a holy building. Although I don't know if this is really a temple anymore. It looks more like an office or something. Yeah, it looks good. I think it looks good. Needs a chandelier. Now, I'm just riffing. I have no plan for the chandelier. I just have a bunch of materials, and I'm just going to throw them here and see what happens. These new lights are perfect. I've been waiting for this for so long. Wouldn't mind some new colors. Maybe just a white one. How about just a solid white block that glows? I mean, these look kind of dirty. That's not... Needs more. Needs something else. All right, I added some banners. This is modern art. This is a conversation piece. Actually, I like it. I think it works really well in the space. It works really well with the stars above it. What do you think? Okay. All right, Froggy. Yeah, it looks pretty good. You walk in, boom, in your face. So that's the interior done, I think. You could throw your bed in here, but it's ugly, so I'm not going to put it in there. That's an update we need. Bed updates. Can we please decorate our beds in really interesting ways? It's probably not as needed as other updates. Slab stair updates, please. Do that first before I can't get out. Do that before the bed update. Okay, I'm going to build a path. It's next here. Right? So for contemporary architecture, I like doing, I put down some bricks and then I surround it by gravel. And that's like generally how I approach contemporary, modern, architectural kind of paths. This is sort of the front gate, I guess, although I'm not using a gate. Just putting in some posts here. And what do I want to do? Lanterns? Let's try lanterns. Yeah. Yeah. No. Frog light. I don't know what color. Doesn't matter. I'm telling you, you're going to see these everywhere. Everyone is using this in their build for the next, like, as soon as that update comes out, the 1.18 update, as soon as that comes out, everywhere you're going to see it. Because it looks great. I mean, they look great. So I kind of tweaked it a little bit, did some landscaping. And so now what I want to do is I want to build a tree. So mangrove trees aren't actually in the game yet. The blocks are, the leaves are, but the tree itself doesn't grow in the game. If you plant one of those propagules, it turns into, I think it turns into oak, or so it turns into some other tree. It actually does grow. Okay, so I'm just going to grab some blocks here to make my own. I don't know if I'm even going to call it a mangrove tree. I'm not looking at mangrove trees. I'm just going to build a tree. And, maybe I'll take this opportunity to do a little bit of a tutorial on how to build trees properly. So you want to start with the trunk, obviously. I think that's obvious. Should be obvious. And you want make it thick at the bottom, and it tapers as it goes up. Simple, but some people don't really get it. And you'll see I'm using two different kinds of wood. I'm using jungle and mangrove. I noticed that they're similar, and I kind of like the very subtle contrast between the two. The jungle's a little bit greener. I kind of like it. It just breaks up the texture of the bark a little bit. That's why I was gonna try maybe some of the stripped mangrove bark, get a kind of this reddish tree. I don't know. Looks weird. Not gonna do it. So to make it organic, you have to just sort of freeform it and just be very loose with it. Don't overthink it. Just place blocks. You have to just kind of feel it out, right? And as long as the bottom is at least as thick and hopefully thicker than the next level up, then you're going to be okay. I'm going to put these roots in and see what that looks like. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, they're okay. I like them. I like that they're transparent. Where's the muddy roots? Yeah, I guess I should just use them as intended. Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, yeah, we could do that. We'll do this. And okay, so you use fences as well. When you get higher up, you want to use fences to sort of they're not meant to imitate branches. They're meant to stand in for branches, and there's a difference. I guess that's if I'm articulating that correctly. You don't really want to see the fence posts. They're not meant to look like branches. They're meant to fill in the space where there would be branches, right? But you're going to end up covering them. And I'll explain why. Well, the reason being is that when this is complete, you want to have some gaps that you can kind of look up from the bottom of the tree. And when you're outside and you look at a real tree, you can see the sky through it. Well, that's why you're using fence posts, because it gives you these nice gaps. It opens it up, see? And in fact, you can just kind of put the leaves out here on their own without anything holding them. It's the impression of these branches. The whole upper canopy should be very loose and very open, right? Look what Mojang. Uh, in contrast, their trees, the leaves go right up to the trunk. You don't want that. You want this. You want the leaves to kind of be away from the trunk. That's what I'm trying to say. Get the leaves away from the trunk. Don't do what Mojang does. And I think, in fact, if you start placing the leaves quite a distance away from the trunk, then hi, does he have any? Let's see what he has. Nothing. He had nothing. We had to look. I mean, you always have to check. So let me see here. What was I saying? Yeah, you want to start a few blocks away from the trunk with your leaves, and so it's got that gap. And that's where the fences help. It helps push the leaf. It gives you something to put the leaves on. Yeah, it's okay so far on that side. Okay, I've been putting in jungle leaves. Same reason. I tried pine, didn't work. You know, I use jungle wood below to kind of break up the color and texture a little bit, and it's subtle. The jungle leaves actually match the mangrove leaves perfectly. It's just it's a different pattern, but the color is very similar, and the patterns are very similar, but they're different enough to kind of break it up. I like that. It kind of makes it look a little more natural. Okay, getting somewhere. All right, so I think I'm done with the outside. And this is basically what it's going to look like. And the tree is done. The building is done. And I could have done more of the path. The idea is that this path would continue, but this is just to show you how I would use these blocks in a build. And actually, let me show you the finished tree. I added vines to the tree. I fussed with it quite a bit, actually. I spent a little bit more time on it. I like it. I like the overall shape of it. You can see how when you look up in the canopy here, you can see the sky. That's what I'm going for. I think that's a very kind of natural look. I'm pretty happy with that. It feels pretty good to me. Yeah, it feels pretty natural to me. I'm pretty happy with it. It looks like something you would see in nature. And so I think that's about it. Yeah, that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching. You know, the usual. Hit the like and subscribe, and there will be more to come. Take care.